World where the NFL starts and ends. I'm your host, Jacob. And week number 10 predictions begin now with the Baltimore Ravens and the Minnesota Vikings about to face off. The Vikings are +4 in this matchup, which is kind of shocking. I know the Vikings haven't played to a certain level that we all expect, but J.J. McCarthy is back. They just beat the Lions, a division rival, a hard-fought game. And the Ravens haven't played in 10 days. They're coming off 2 straight wins against lesser opponents, might I add. This is going to be a fun match. I honestly this will be really exciting. But I don't see how the Vikings are winning this game. I really just don't see it. The difficulty of defending Lamar, defending what the Ravens do, that's all going to be very interesting. Now, I'm curious, and you know how the old saying goes, curiosity killed the cat. The curious part is, what is this Vikings defense, going to be able to do against the Ravens run game? Like, that's what I'm curious about. I don't understand exactly. The Vikings dominate the line of scrimmage. That's how they want to win. And the way the Ravens play is the same thing. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They've won 2 games, the last 2 games, because they've been able to do that. They did it against Chicago. They did it against Miami. Now they're going to attempt to do it against the Vikings. Those are things that we'll see what happens, but I question what is going to take place in this game. With all that being said, I have the Ravens winning, but it's going to be a very interesting game. The score is 27-24. Moving on to the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins +9.5. The last time these two teams played, the Dolphins made it difficult on the Bills. They really did. Now, they traded away Jalen Phillips. He's no longer with the team. So it's Bradley Chubb and Minkah Fitzpatrick and then the rest of those guys. They are decimated at this cornerback position. They are decimated. I don't see how it works out for either side in this game. I think the Bills will just run all over the Dolphins. Give me the Bills. They win this game in Miami with the score of 31-10. Next up, Patriots at Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are 2.5-point favorites. The Patriots are on a roll. I know the way they beat Atlanta was not pretty, and we talked about that recap portion, the recap video earlier this week. This team, I just see they are performing in ways to win. They just want to win. They're going to win by any means necessary. Whether it's their offense, their defense, their special teams, whatever they got to do, they will find a way to win. Drake May did not have his best stuff in this game. They had a bad fumble. Their offense couldn't get back going. But you did enough in the game to win. And sometimes when you win a game, it's lucky. It's lucky. I'll give you a quick example. When Nick was at LSU and a bluegrass miracle happened, they didn't deserve to win that game. They played so bad. But they won. And he's like, I was saying to the team that, hey, we didn't play a great game. We didn't do enough. And he's like, the misconception was they thought, since we won, why are you getting on us, coach? Why are you doing this? The next game they played was their worst loss in Nick Saban's time at LSU. They were so bad because they thought they could win on a miracle play. And that's not going to happen. That's just luck. Sometimes you're going to get lucky. The thing that you have to be able to do is say, we got lucky in this game. What can we do to rectify it so when we do play our next game, we win? And we're going to win because our offense is good, win because our defense is good. That's what Vrabel has to bring to this team. And I think he can do it. He's that kind of coach that he can bring that all the way back around and say, all right, let's go figure out what we did wrong on offense, what did we do wrong on defense, and get it together. I mean, you look at this team, they're number one in their division. The way they are playing, they're playing out of their minds. But that's how, if you're a great coach and a great team, you have to be able to do that. And that's why I think it's a great fit for Vrabel, because when you have a teaching point like this, that shows how is your team going to respond. I look at them and I'm like, ugh, it's a little dicey for them because they aren't playing well at times. At times they depend so much on Baker Mayfield, it makes no sense to me. You can't just say, Baker, save us. We say this all the time. It's like, Baker, save us. Mahomes, Patrick, save us. Josh Allen, save us. Lamar Jackson, save us. Dak Prescott, save us. I say this all the time. And the reason I say that is because you can't always depend on the quarterback. Sometimes the quarterback's going to have a bad game too. Can you win it in another way? Can you win the game in another way? This team, if you're Tampa, you're dependent on Baker in this offense. And it doesn't matter who the receivers are. They're trying to make plays, but you can't beat good teams that way. You have to have a sound defense, which at times has shown up and at times has not. So I think this is a lot closer game, but give me the Patriots to win it because I just have more faith in the Patriots than I do the Buccaneers at this point. Patriots win 28-20. I think they get back right. They get right back on the horse and they win this game big. Moving on to the Lions and Commanders. Plus 8.5 for the Washington Commanders. We all saw that horrific Jaden Daniels injury. There is how do I describe this? There is a 99% chance that Marcus Mariota plays this game because Daniels is too valuable. It's not worth it. I just don't see how you could play with it. Now, Kurt Warner had a similar injury. He played through it, but he was at a different point of his career. He was also not a running quarterback. Like he was a quarterback that sat in the pocket, go make a throw. Daniels will run. Daniels will scramble. Daniels will evade pressure. Kurt Warner, that's not his thing. He's going to stand in there, deliver the ball like a tenth of a second before he gets hit. That's what he's going to do. So that's going to be the question. And the Lions, they're coming off in a humiliating loss against. And now you found yourself in a situation where you haven't played great and you're playing Washington that is basically going to be playing for their quarterback in this game and probably for the rest of the year. So you have to find a way to put them down. How do you do it? Well, that's going to be the intriguing thing. So if I'm the Lions, I expect to get after the quarterback. I expect to send more blitzes. They have to. The Washington offensive line hasn't been great. They've actually really struggled at times. Give me the Lions to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Washington keeps it close. So I have Lions winning, but I have Commanders covering. Lions win 27-24. And now on Monday Night Football, the Philadelphia Eagles coming off the bye week against the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are favored by 2.5. It's actually kind of surprising that they're favored. I know the Packers are at home. Tucker Kraft, torn ACL, done for the year. He's their best weapon they got. And now he's gone. I know Luke Musgrave was the first round pick, and Tucker Kraft was later on in that draft. But Kraft, what he does to stretch the field, to play the game the way he plays it, forces teams to play him differently than any other receiver that the Packers have. I know this is the biggest game for Christian Watson. He has to produce at this level because there isn't a choice at this point for them. He has to produce. Luke Musgrave has to step up. You have other receivers. Romeo Doubs has to step up because there is no chance if you don't make some of these. And the thing with Jordan Love is you can't ask him to force the football. You got to be able to run the football, got to be able to utilize the play action game, and depend on the next man up mentality, and hopefully that can win. And then for defense, you have to stop the run. You've been good at it, but at times it looks bad. It looks really bad. So you got to be able to figure that out. You lost to Carolina, for Pete's sake. You got to figure that out. You're Micah Parsons. You can't have a game where you don't pressure the quarterback. You can't have Rashawn Gary not pressure the quarterback. You have to find a way to get pressure, no matter who you face. So if I'm the Packers, and looking at this, if you're any team behind the Eagles or the Packers and you're looking for how do I jump into the playoff picture, you honestly are looking for, okay, who's going to win and what? Because if you're the Packers, you need this game. You got to try to keep pace with the Lions. And if you're because even though you're ahead of the Lions and you beat the Lions, how long is that going to withstand now that Tucker Kraft is no longer there? For the Eagles, you're coming off a bye week. You just traded for Jair Alexander and Jalen Phillips. You can't afford to lose this game, especially if the Packers are undermanned. Like, that doesn't work. I would expect Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons to just fly off the edge in this game. It's going to be really fun to watch. I actually have the Packers winning because of that, and I don't think this Eagles offensive line has played great at times. So I just see that being the issue. Give me the Packers to win, but a very close game, 24-21. Let me know in the comments who you have winning this week. And also, does Mike Vrabel deserve a Coach of the Year nod? Or who deserves to be the Coach of the Year at this point, halfway through the NFL season? For NFL World, I'm Jacob Hubert. Out.